Well, I didn't think I'd find myself here again, but yeah, time to talk about Johnny Somali with a little salami once again. So the last time we talked about this guy, he threatened to destroy Japan. And since I made my original video, I thought it couldn't get any worse. Oh, how wrong I was. Every time I heard from him, he just got worse and worse and worse. All of those actions he did were covered by fellow commentary YouTuber The Curl King. I really recommend that you watch his videos on Johnny Salami. So what is there to talk about today? As we all know, he is travel banned. He can't leave South Korea since he has a lot of charges on his back. But now the two marbles and the tinfoil in his head have conjured up a master plan. And in fact, it is such a good plan that it will surely be in history books in the future. And his plan is to try to sail the sea down to China. What? I don't see what could go wrong there, aside from everything. He actually now wants to do it like Cartman in South Park. He wants to become a Somalian pirate. I mean, Mr. Somali, if that is your dream, then just think about if that is actually a good idea. No, seriously, don't even try to do that. It will backfire extremely in your face. Even if you wouldn't get spotted, which is very unlikely, the sea can be very unpredictable at certain times. A huge wave could come up, for example, which could knock you off the boat, and then you could be 1. Eaten by an underwater creature, or 2. You could pass out after some time of trying to swim due to exhaustion, and then you would drown. So yeah, how do we know about his plan? We know about this since he has blurted it out in a live stream, because why not? But why did he do that in the first place? Well, it started when he did his live stream and he had an alcoholic drink. He began saying that people have to donate, otherwise he would end the stream. And since people want him to continue to stream and see him make a fool out of himself, they continued donating. So he continued streaming, and after some time he became intoxicated because of the drink he had. And because of that, he didn't think about what he was saying, if he even does so in the first place. Sorry, but the more I watched for him, the more it seemed like he had some kind of disorder that made it unable for him to think about what he was saying. And now we get to the clips that are inspired out of the live stream when he was drunk. By the way, I have the clips from Curl King's video, since I couldn't find the clips myself. Sorry.
Anchor, okay, I never need to stream again in Korea. My next stream can be once I'm free out of Korea, which will be very soon.
I have already explained what could go wrong, so no, I don't think you will be out of South Korea very soon. Because you will most likely be spotted and then you will be detained back to South Korea. And according to my research, trying to evade a travel ban in South Korea could lead to serious legal consequences, since it falls under obstruction of official duties and could lead up to 2 years of imprisonment or a fine of up to 5 million won. So trying that would be the biggest mistake, or at least one of the biggest mistakes of Johnny Somali's life. So Johnny, please don't try to do this, please.
We're just doing it for you guys. I'm going to Incheon, I'm renting a boat or an inflatable raft, and I'm gonna stream sailing to international waters. There's nothing illegal to go fishing in Korea, right?
No.
Right?
No, but since you're a travel ban, you're supposed to stay in Korean waters.
It honestly seems like he is trying to get a life sentence at this point, because ever since he got the memo that he would be definitely going to jail, he has been losing his mind and broken so many laws. Again, I really recommend that you watch Curl King's series on him, because the shit that Johnny has pulled has to be seen to be believed. Anyways, let's talk about Hank for a minute. Johnny's best friend in South Korea. You can clearly tell from his body language and from the way he talks that he's really starting to get concerned about Johnny, since he really doesn't want Johnny to die while doing that escape attempt, because Hank even says that he isn't allowed to sail outside of Korean waters since he's travel banned. So the stream continues with Johnny continuing to explain how his plan will go, and you can tell that Hank is getting more and more concerned about him, since he really cares about Johnny. So after some time, one person points out that Hank is actually scared about him, for a good reason I might add. And what does Johnny do? Well, play the clip.
Hank is scared.
No. Listen.
I know. Hank, Hank, don't worry about these fucking Korean police.
Yeah.
They're pussies.
Yeah, but don't fuck with them, you know.
I can sail a boat anywhere. Fishing is legal. They can't stop me from going in the ocean and taking a boat.
Yeah, they can't. You're right.
You saw that right, dear viewer. He actually proceeded to laugh at the fact that Hank was scared for him, and he continued to double down and wasn't listening to Hank for 1 second because he's so stubborn. And Hank was actually so hurt by that he actually had to stand up and leave the room. Actually, Johnny, what the fuck is wrong with you? And what did Johnny do after that? Did he go after Hank to calm him down, to assure him that he won't do that? Or at least check up on him? No, that is something a normal person would do. Instead, Johnny was just continuing to explain his plan. Let's take a look at that.
I'm gonna go to the port. I'm gonna get a raft, a boat. We're gonna go and see how far until the Korean Coast Guard stop me. And if they don't stop me, and I make it to international water, good luck. Cause I got that Somali pirate genes in my body.
Those aren't the Somali pirate genes talking out of you at the moment. That is the alcohol and your delusion talking right there. Snap back to reality, Johnny. Get out of the ginkgluto you're trapped in. I have no idea what world you are seeing at the moment. Let's face the reality. You are nothing more than a worthless nuisance streamer. The only reason why people watch you is because they want to see all the bullshit that comes out of your mouth. They don't like you as a person, and without all the crimes, you will be completely replaceable in every single way.
I'll sail that boat all the way to China. Matter of fact, I'll sail that shit to North Korea. Johnny Somali escaped Korea on a boat? I'm going on Joe Rogan. I'm telling you that right now, nigga. Joe Rogan can talk to that nigga.
No, Johnny, you wouldn't be like Joe Rogan. When you would arrive in China and you would pull the same stunts as you did in South Korea, you would be deported in a fucking heartbeat. And no, you wouldn't be deported back into the USA. If you would think that they would spend that money to deport you back to the USA, then you are clearly mentally lost. Also, if you would arrive in North Korea, then you could already write your testament, because if you would try the stunts you did in South Korea there, then you would pretty much be in a labor camp in no time. But yeah, anyways, let's just get to the conclusion. Johnny Somali is pretty much someone who would do any crime for money. Hell, I was so slow with that video that 2 more things happened within the making of this video. He had been detained twice. One time for doing an illegal protest, where he taught children how to use the N-word as well. Great example, isn't he? And the other one is when he was running around with a weapon. Seriously, I don't think it will take that long until he will not even be allowed to leave custody, since he is genuinely a danger to himself and others. But yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Just roll the outro. Hey, you've made it to the end of this video. I want to give a few special thanks to the team who helped make my channel the way it is today. The first person I want to thank is King John for making the border for my thumbnails and making the original Blizzard design. The design was absolute killer. The next person who deserves a shoutout is Indominus Pack. He has made the stills seen when pictures are shown, which are the character stills you see right now. And he has also made the channel banner, which by the way looks incredibly stylish. Genuinely thank you for this, Pax. The next shoutout goes to Alligator Enthusiast for making the profile picture of my channel. The design is genuinely epic and the attention to detail is stunning. You're a great person for this, Alligator Enthusiast. Thank you very much for that. Also, special thanks to Spino Blue Studios for making the 12 new main character stills and the background that is seen in my videos. The warm tone of the colors are so good for the eyes and the avatars are so expressive and detailed. It is just beautiful. So again, to everyone in the team, thank you so much. You're all great, awesome people. And also, thank you all dear viewers for watching this video. I hope you all liked it. I'll see you in the next video. Stay cold and goodbye.